everyone interested in teaching ESL? I want to share with you a very important technique that you can use with your students. But first, let me give you some background, and then I think you'll agree that students won't be able to progress very much without this technique. Perhaps you've had an experience similar to this one that I had. I was exchanging stories about our recent summer vacation with a couple of my ESL students and with an American friend who joined us. After my friend told them about a frightening experience he had while he was scuba diving during the summer, the two students smiled and nodded their heads, indicating that they understood. Shortly after this, my friend left, and I asked the two students if they had really understood the story. Both of them laughed and said, "Not really." And then one of them asked me, what's scuba diving? These two students missed an opportunity to improve their language skills. All they needed to do was say, "Excuse me, what did you say?" Or "Could you repeat that?" Or "I'm sorry, I didn't understand." Or "I'm sorry, what's scuba diving?" Had they done that, I'm sure my friend would have been more than happy to explain what scuba diving was and to re-explain his frightening experience. Perhaps he would be using, more body language or to act it out, or speak a little bit slower, or modify his vocabulary. It's funny how difficult it can be to tell someone you didn't understand something that they had said. And I've been guilty of this myself when I've tried to use my elementary French or Japanese. But here's a very important lesson that I learned. When I did say in French or Japanese, "Excuse me, could you repeat that?" To my amazement, 9 out of 10 people that I had asked this to, they adjusted their speech in some way by speaking more slowly, using easier vocabulary, or pantomiming, or even they started using some English. So I can understand the reason why language learners hesitate to say they don't understand something, or to ask someone to repeat something. Often they are embarrassed because they think it looks kind of like they have weak language skills, especially around peers. Or they think the other person will feel that they are just taking up their time. Or they think it's hopeless, that they won't really even understand if the person repeats what they just said. So one of our jobs as ESL teachers is to help desensitize our students. In other words, we want to help them feel comfortable telling someone when they don't understand something by making them feel less sensitive about doing it. In the link below, you'll find a complete unit for high beginners or low intermediate level students that you can download and use with your students for free. It involves a variety of exercises, including some pair work that lead students to a natural, enjoyable, and non-threatening way to feel completely comfortable asking for clarifications. One of the reasons why these are so effective is because students get to experience being asked for a clarification. In other words, after they have said something, their partners will ask them to repeat it. At this point, something amazing happens. They see that it makes them feel good to have someone show interest in what they just said and want to make sure that they understood clearly. For me, I love it when students tell me they didn't understand something I had said, rather than just having them nod their heads. So in these exercises, students get to experience that same pleasure. For students who are at a bit higher level, for example, at intermediate levels, we can show them a little bit more advanced technique for asking for clarifications. So, for example, let's say my friend told the two students, I was in the ocean and did scuba diving. Instead of just saying, excuse me, what did you say? The students could be more specific about what word confused them by saying, excuse me, you did what? Or you were where? So I've included another link below in which I share a set of exercises that are designed for intermediate level students to lead them to this technique. Feel free to download and use it with your students. I should warn you that you'll no doubt notice your students doing a lot of laughing during some of these exercises because there really are a lot of fun to do. Thank you for watching and see you next time.